Joe Greene in Studio B. Welcome, Mac Leaphart. I said your name wrong when I was coming down here. Apologies for that.
That's okay. You are not the first one. So thanks for having me, Joe. Great to be here.
It is. It's really great to have you. And, well, let's just start with a song, and then we'll talk a little bit. How about that?
This one is the opening track to the new album, and it's called Rock and Roll Hey. I've been around, I've seen a lot of this and that. Yeah. Skin the cat, all kind of ways. But we're all in this thing together. So let's love them all, no holding back. We're slinging love right off of the stage. Yeah, we ain't here to hold no horses. Pull back on the reins. Wanna get that rhythm coursing through your veins. So kick out the blues. What ails you? Let the good times roll the bad away. Hey, hey, rock and roll. Hey, hey, rock and roll. Hey, 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 baby. This song I came up with about the spirit of rock and roll. That spirit's been with us since the beginning of time. We just didn't know what to call it before Rockin' 88 came out in the early 50s. But rock and roll is indeed a spiritual thing. It's got the power to heal. It sounds melodramatic, but I bet everybody listening right now has at one point or another turned to rock and roll when something had them way low down. I know myself must have listened to that Third Eye Blind song, Motorcycle Drive-By, a few hundred times when this little girl broke my heart. And it worked. I started feeling better. So here's a little rock and roll. Let's boogie. Johnny B. Good and a boy named Sue. Levi's and a rosy, rosy, rosy tattoo. Pony cars. Guitars fit to fly. But it ain't all just cool and tough. No, that wouldn't be enough. It's the spirit that stands the test of time. Yeah, we ain't here to hold no horses. Pull back on the reins. Wanna get that rhythm coursing through your veins. So kick out the blues. What ails you? Let the good times roll the bad away. Hey, hey, rock and roll. Hey, hey, rock and roll. Hey, hey. Hey, hey, rock and roll. Hey, hey, rock and roll. Hey, hey. Hey, hey, rock and roll.
Hey, hey, man. Mac Leaphart here in Studio B. That's a cool tune. You guys who are able to play guitar and harmonica at the same time have always amazed me. It's like you got multiple hard drives running at the same time in your head. It's just a thing, though, isn't it? It's just a thing you can do, right?
It took a little, it takes a little practice. Harmonica's, it's a really easy instrument to play. I think it's one of the hardest instruments in the world to be really good at. There's not, and I would call myself serviceable, but it's a lot of fun, and it's just got a great sound, and it seems like people really dig harmonica. So anytime I get a chance to to blow a little harp, as they say, I'm going to jump on it.
Yeah. You got some blues influence in you?
Yeah, of course.
Certainly.
Yeah.
You're a South Carolina fella, aren't you?
Yep, I grew up in Greenville listening to WNCW, man. I used to have on, listen to Bill Pachinski at night. I had a little clock radio by
my man.
By my bed. That was back when you had to call up and actually request songs that you wanted to hear, you know, and he would always spin it. I would just hope I didn't fall asleep before he got it on, you know.
If you're a latecomer to WNCW in our 35 years almost now, Bill Buczynski was, he hosted the very first radio show here on WNCW back in 1989. And we miss him dearly, man. Thanks for bringing his name up today.
Yeah, he's important for all of us.
Yeah.
Upstate folks that were into music growing up, you know.
Now, you've come along playing all around the upstate and down in the low country too, right?
Yeah. So I kind of got I grew up in Greenville, but I kind of got my start as a solo artist in Charleston. That was...
What got you down there?
It's just a good place to be.
Yeah.
It was
good music scene.
I'd lived in Columbia for a little bit, and then I did a little brief, I would call it a sabbatical out in Los Angeles. And when I came back, all my buddies were down in Charleston. It seemed like a good place you can kind of play music for a living down there. I call it the Margaritaville circuit. You know, you just play 3-hour bar sets and live right or below the poverty line and have a good time in the process.
Yeah, I like my bluegrass buddies say you make tens of dollars playing bluegrass music, man.
Yeah, I had a buddy that used to say, listen, guys, we can literally make hundreds doing this. So, yeah.
It's that glamorous lifestyle.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, though. So.
Yeah. Well, we can talk more about this in a little bit, but I see you're going to be returning back home, going to be part of the Fall for Greenville thing next month, right?
Yeah, we are doing it's kind of like a Fall for Greenville after party.
Yeah.
It's Swanson's Warehouse, which is downtown. I haven't played there yet, but I'm always excited to.
Is that a relatively new spot? Because I used to live in Greenville, and I'm not familiar.
I think it is, and I think it's, Swanson's in the Radio Room kind of have some joint shows together, kind of like I think they do it in Asheville with the Gray Eagle and some other places.
Right.
But there's a local guy named Trey Francis who's also who just hopped on the bill, so it should be a really, really good time. Yeah, we're looking to. I love Fall for Greenville. I think it's so cool that.
Been going on a number of years now.
Yeah, and it really is one of the better festivals in the Southeast. I've seen some great bands there over the years and played there and had a good time over the years. So it's always a good opportunity to get back and be a part of that vibe, because it's a really great vibe in downtown Greenville with all that.
So your album Motel Breakfast, is that the most recent album, or you got a newer one coming?
No, it just came out September 13th, Friday the 13th. A lot of albums came out on that day. Yeah. Popular time to release music.
Friday, yeah, it's a lucky day for the album release. Isn't it? Yeah.